in our studio, we've got a survival story that you are going to be glued to the set to hear. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Sandeep and Macy Wright. Dr. Sandeep, you are the pediatric cardiologist and medical director for Mary Bridge Children's Cardiology. That's a lot to put on a business card, I got to tell you. Welcome to Cityline.
Thank you, Amanda.
Good to have you here. Macy Wright, you are the 2025 Washington Go Red for Women Ambassador. And you are something more than that, but I am not going to rob your joy. You're going to tell us about that in just a second. Welcome to Cityline.
It's good to be here. Thanks, Amanda.
Good to have you here. First, let's get an idea. Dr. Sandeep, you are a pediatric cardiologist. Many of us, I think, at least I think that because it's affected me, that heart disease is a disease of elderly. People in my family have it. Middle-aged people have died from it. But help us dispel that myth. It can impact young people as well. Is that correct?
You're absolutely right, Amanda. And it's one of these things that unless you're really exposed to it and in it in the field, it's something that even I didn't know until I got into medicine myself. And congenital heart disease affects roughly 1 in every 120 live births. Wow. And so while it's not a number that's higher than that, we're very grateful for that. It's also not a very low number either.
No.
And we are very privileged to be a part of a team that helps care for these kids. Though it's not as prevalent as adult heart disease, it's equally as important. And just honored to be a part of that team.
I love that. And I love that you were so vulnerable to say that you didn't know about it once you got the white coat and the stethoscope. And so that gives hope for people who are watching at home who perhaps don't know about it either.
Absolutely.
Macy, how are you connected to this story?
I'm connected to this story by having had a congenital heart defect myself.
Okay.
I grew up with heart disease in and out of hospitals. I had aortic and mitral stenosis, but I tried not to let it stop me too much. You know, it was just regular maintenance. I was doing okay for a long time. I was excelling at gymnastics and doing well in school. I started playing the guitar. I was doing musical theater. I had a very active lifestyle and was doing pretty well.
Look at you.
Of course, I had to flash the heart there, huh? So now I reached a point in my health journey, though, that there was no other options for routine maintenance or routine repairs for my heart. It needed to be replaced entirely, and I was listed for a heart transplant when I was 13 years old.
Oh my gosh.
And since I'm still here today, I had that heart transplant successfully 8.5 years ago. And
oh my gosh.
Here to empower other women and other people of my age and encourage them to fight against heart disease.
And these pictures that we're showing are just incredible. And it goes without saying, and I'm sure I'm going to get a big nodding of the head from Dr. Sandeep here as soon as we get him back on camera. Family and support and your doctors is everything in this journey. I mean, to be 13 years old and to have open heart surgery, and especially at that age, is that still considered a congenital heart defect, Dr. Sandeep, because it started when she was born with it, or she was just real little when she got it?
Absolutely, Amanda. And I think that's what draws so much of us to the field of pediatric cardiology, that it's heart disease that it's not these children's fault that this thing has happened to them. And you know, it's just such bad luck, it's going back to Macy's story just made me think of the multiple team members involved in her care, not just the physicians, but a pediatrician who had to suspect that something was wrong to begin with, send them over and ask for help. Sonographers and nurses and all of the care members that took care of Macy during her hospitalization and before and after the transplant. The saying that it takes a village could not be more truer for our field.
I see. I can see that, and I can see it by the pictures as well. So, Dr. Sandeep, if you had to talk about congenital heart defect, is it one defect or is it more in the heart chamber?
Yeah, congenital heart defect really is an umbrella term that encompasses such a wide spectrum of disease and pathology. And I have conversations with families where I have to walk in and I say, there is no cure for what we're looking at. And we have to think about options like a heart transplant later on down the road. And then there's other cases where I can walk in and I can say, when you walk out of this office, I want you to walk out and pretend like we never met each other or we never had this conversation, because you have a child that I don't want you to give a second thought to, and they're going to be okay.
Run and play and do everything that children are known to do. Gosh, where were you when a person in my family had this? Macy, you've been named, dun dun dun, as a Go Red Women Ambassador by the American Heart Association, and you have an event coming up, and we're going to roll some of the footage. Tell us about this event and what to expect.
This event that's coming up is on February 7th. It's National Wear Red Day, and this is a part of supporting our campaign and the American Heart Association in Go Red for Women and fighting against heart disease. We see all those lovely red dresses.
Yes.
You know, we're used to the red dresses being a part of our campaign, and this is a day where we want to take that bold color and wake the community up and encourage everybody to wear that color, share it with everybody on social media, you know, use your hashtag Wear Red Day. I'm sure Dr. Sandeep will wear a little red tie to work that day.
I love that.
You know, there are always little things you can do. Wear your red dress pin. This color is just meant to bring the community back to this awareness to take care of your heart, support your women, your mothers, daughters, sisters, your friends. You know, maybe it's time to schedule a doctor's appointment. Maybe it's your wake up to be like, oh, I should go get my cholesterol checked. I should go get my blood pressure checked. And so you're involved in this. Here's your red dress pin that you can wear on Wear Red Day.
This is, well, I'm going to, we come back from break. This is going right.
That's going right on.
Here.
Oh, I love it.
You are inspirational, and that is not something I say lightly, because Dr. Sandeep, as we talk about family, not all birth defects or congenital heart defects are discovered at birth, are they? So my point is that there is a sense of, oh my goodness, a sense of take a deep breath, a sense of I'm terrified. My child tried out for track and couldn't even make it around because something's wrong. How do you keep those families together?
Yes, I think the important message, Amanda, is that if there's something that concerns you, talk about it. Don't keep it to yourself. Talk to your pediatrician, talk to your primary care provider, your family practitioner, whoever it may be that's taking care of your children and you, and have an open conversation with them, and then they can escalate it to us. We pride ourselves on making ourselves available to anybody who wants to talk to us. There's no such thing as a stupid question, both for doctors who are not sure, as well as for families who are not sure.
There we go, yeah. And gosh, you are so relatable. I was going to say you're so human, but you are. I mean, in the sense that, you know, I mean, to come prepared to ask questions also, and that there is no question that is off limits, because you are the co-parent. You're learning about the child right now. So, okay, so Macy, you've got the red on. You've got the red pin. You got red socks. How else do you plan to go red in this last minute?
I plan to go red by sharing it with my community. You know, you can post about it, encouraging my friends and family members to be wearing red. Oh, thank you. And to encourage people to, you know, just tell people you care about them, remind them that they're not alone, that they matter, to be an advocate for yourself. You know, to add to what Dr. Sandeep was saying, it includes the parents, it includes your family, and what matters is that you advocate for your health, you advocate for your children's health. I want everybody to remember that their health matters that day, and I'm going to remind my people of that as well.
Dr. Sandeep, last 15 seconds, what's the one thing you want the audience to walk away from after this segment?
Speak up, don't be afraid. We'll guide you through what you need to know. And also, being healthy can be fun.
Oh, I love that. Thank you both so much for your life's work and for being here today. And I hope to see you back around this time next year. All right?
Thank you, Amanda.
We'll be here.
Thank you. We have much more to come on Cityline. Don't go away. We'll be right back.